time, obviously. They don't have blue side, and Dplus will put something together that's a little bit simpler to play out. And Dplus, until those scrappy team fights into a really punishing draft, did have a lead, did have a lot of control over the game, and I expect they can bring this to 3. Even as a bro predator, I think Dplus should be able to be back in the driver's seat in this draft. Let's see what they want to prioritize.
Yep, the Aurora going to be taken away as, Gwen still up and available. So even though the Rumble is missing, the Aurora value still going to be there. As Pantheon and the Varus likely still going to be banned away. And because it's Croco, probably will see a Vi ban as well. But it is Lucid, so could be a potential first pick angle. We'll see where they do decide to go. As the Varus actually going to be banned on the blue side here. Yunara is going to hit the deck as well. Last ban likely to be that Azir.
Yeah, Azir, Taliyah are the big considerations here. Showmaker once a phenomenal Taliyah player, and I still think he has it in him to have a great Taliyah game. He just hasn't shown it as much recently. Closer has been one of the best Taliyahs in the Rise group, so I think if it's open, Showmaker should take it away. As I do agree with you, I expect this to be an Azir ban here. Could be a trade, however.
Yeah,
something like a Vi ban in that final spot.
Plenty of things still up and available. The Aurora ban does mean that a Gwen is very high value, so they do decide to ban that one away instead. So now the question is it going to be the Taliyah lock-in, or is it something else that Dplus feel is going to be a little bit more valuable?
You're looking at Taliyah, Azir here. We're not Raya Shinjao because they both got left up, so not going to be that angle. However, Lucid looking for a Vi first pick. Doesn't mean, you still get one of those 2 picks with it, because Dplus aren't going to play Azir top. Shoutouts to Dove.
Oh, bro, I miss his voice. Dove's voice was so good.
Let's see which they opt for. Vi works really well with Taliyah, so maybe you take it away. And Closer, like I said, I think is the best Taliyah in the Rise group right now. So incredibly good at it.
He could pick something weird into it as well. We'll just have to see. Yone going to be an option. Yone Maokai, that could be what they decide to do here.
It's either Yone Maokai or Yone Sejuani, you have to imagine here.
Yep.
Very different look for Croco than the Wukong. A lot more utility-based. The Sejuani a little bit closer, but definitely both of these champs are completely different. And he is going to go for the Maokai, which has been more common recently.
Also feels way better into the Vi, who can kind of cut down a bunch of the defenses of the Sejuani.
Agreed. So, Taliyah's rocks will make Yone's life a little bit annoying, and it's great with the Vi, but instead he's opting for potential Ahri lock. Now, this is a much better Ahri angle than we saw from Hanwha Life Esports earlier, at least in terms of what we've seen from this draft so far.
Yep. It could make it very pick-based as well, depending on what's going to be locked in alongside it.
I would love
Maybe you just lock Kai'Sa. Lock Kai'Sa here.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Kai'Sa or some type of engaged support, but Kai'Sa really solidifies what you can do with this draft. You don't know what your opposition is going to be at.
Oh, I like
this. That's a different angle. It's the melee top laner dive follow-up version of Kai'Sa, essentially. Same idea here.
Oh,
Oregon, the Lord, just going to slam down the Croc. Now, this is going to be a good game, too. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, and I'm already worried for DK because this is such a strong core for OK Man BRION. These guys have, and it's once again, such comfortable execution as well. The Nature's Grasp just makes any sort of engage opportunity so easy. So what the bros have lined up so far, absolutely deadly. But
Nico,
of course, a lot of pick opportunity here for DK.
Nico and Rakan are very strong with this draft here for Dplus. Xayah is also pretty good into this dive composition. It's no surprise that gets taken away.
With no Xayah Sivir, it does mean that the Ambessa being able to lock onto a target in the backline could be a big deal. But she's going to have to go back to who he once was on this Ambessa and actually have that laser focus and swift execution.
I imagine this is a Rakan ban, right? The follow-up is pretty easy.
Unless they want to lock it in. So the Kai'Sa can be taken away, and then you just pick Rakan on 4.
They certainly could do that. I expect Ezreal is going to get a look here by Dplus Kia. I'll actually ban Ziggs instead. That doesn't really tell us much about what Aiming has plans to play here, but likely something lower range.
And also, BRION do not have a lot of magic damage outside of the Maokai, who will be building that Liandry's. And there's
They deny the Lucian. I think Dplus were planning on playing Lucian here, and Bro just say no. Both of these comps are so explosive. Lucian works well for Bro's comp, but I think it's even stronger with Dplus's, and it's denied, and I think Aiming's not happy about it. I think that's definitely what he wanted. Got banned from him in Game 1, and in Game 2 it's denied. It looks like he'll take the Ezreal in response here, but I'm not sold on this. It's great follow-up. When somebody gets locked down, you could WQ, you're going to guarantee that. Ooh, and the Karma lock as well.
That's I want lane priority, and they will be able to pick it up with this duo.
Curious what comes with this Lucian now. The Braum feels really good in this comp in general, but is not going to do anything for you in the lane.
No, that would be a weather the storm option.
Yeah, I don't like that as much as maybe even like Nami kind of works, but it's not great here. Nautilus is great defensively. If they try to dive you, you can survive. It's basically like, okay, we will lose the lane.
Yeah,
but you can't dive us easily. We'll probably trade one back.
We can try and lose gracefully.
I just realized something, Atlas.
What did you realize?
Beryl didn't get his 500th kill last game, did he?
Oh God, he didn't.
And now he's playing Karma. I don't know.
I mean, Karma can get some stuff done in the early game.
He gets it right. Come on. I was like, oh, 100% he gets it in Game 1. I'm like, playing Bard, playing Karma, maybe he doesn't. I
think the likelihood of getting it on Karma is way higher than on Bard.
Agree. I'm going to have to agree with that. I will agree with that. These comps are weird, man. It does feel like two rams smashing their heads into each other on top of a mountain somewhere.
Yeah, it is a little bit like zero engage on the side. Like, I mean, yes, there is sort of like a Vi, and you can just try and go in and force something, but it's not like a Rel who's just going to start a fight off and things are crazy. With a Karma support, like, this goes against what Wood was asking for, right? Like, Beryl is not going to be able to dictate terms. It's going to have to be this Ahri finding a pick angle, and Bessa getting into a backline, and Vi really being in the right spot to create a fight that looks good for them.
Could be a bit of a liability as well if they're not in control of the game. This comp here, again, fairly easy to execute for Bro.
Oh, yeah.
A much closer draft than Game 1, though.
Absolutely. See what happens as we jump into the Rift here for game number 2. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for game number 2. All we hope is that DK can bring us to a third. That's what we need. That's what I feel we deserve, you know?
I do think that's what we deserve. You know, bookend the week.
Yeah.
With a banger 3-gamer, 6-game day.
Oh.
Hanwha already gave us that extra win over Gen.G that they hadn't been able to get all second half of the year long. Tegon mentioned it's been 2 months.
Yeah, so it's a long time.
They secured their spot for today for the week in second place. And for the side of Bro here, it would be a gap that you could build over DRX, because Dplus has been beating DRX pretty consistently. So to punch up here against Dplus would be big for them to try to avoid elimination from play-ins.
100%.
High stakes game here is Karma Ezreal is going to win this lane.
They should.
Make no mistake.
And Ahri should also have a decent time into the Yone, especially early on. So it's about what DK can do with the almost guaranteed lane priority that they're going to have in the mid and bottom lane. And what Lucid is going to do with it as well. Because if Lucid can snowball himself, much like what we saw from Peanut in that game number 2 that you were just mentioning, this Vi can become a carry threat in unto herself. But if that doesn't happen, I can see Bro just kind of hunkering down and then being a better team fighting composition later on in the game.
Yeah, because the Maokai both sets you up for siege really well if you're ahead, but also denies this melee engage, because it's only the Ambessa Vi, like you said, that's engaged. Like, Ahri engage is situational at best. Like, it's a charm setup, and it's a little bit tougher to execute. As observers are really showcasing that this is a losing lane for Bro and a Karma lane for Dplus.
Playability is looking low.
I'd like to take a look at the top lane, because that's kind of, you know, a little Morgan action up there. He's having a good time.
Hype actually did manage to get
Showmaker doesn't know.
Yeah, Croco going to move over. Great charm to try and deny some of this extra damage as the flash does come through. But the Twisted Advance was already there. The sapling, it might just do it. There's the arcane smash. And the insta-flash means that Croco gets out.
Croco is he's evolving. And I don't think Bro are going to hold B to stop him, man. He is...
And this is, like, he's already a croc.
I know.
So he doesn't need to evolve. Like, it's crazy.
He's going to become a kaiju next.
Oh, must.
He's ready for his Godzilla arc. I don't know, Atlas. Like, this guy is just insane. How patiently he played that. Doesn't miss anything. Commits the flash to get out. And Showmaker's just there like, I think maybe I can get out. No. Croco said no. Watch this again. But Lucid is right there. He just takes
Lucid actually just walks over to the red button.
Yeah, just doesn't know. Like, Croco's off vision. Showmaker here, he's like, Croco gets a punch.
Yep, really nicely done there from Croco. But a little bit disappointing that we didn't have Lucid turning on a dime. Nice little hook there from Paulo. His hype going so aggressive. Barrel! Double tap into death, and DK! This is not what we wanted to see.
Yeah, no, this is a disaster of an early game here. I don't want to say we're on the brink of getting robbed our perfect 6-gamer, but
I mean, I'm almost ready.
It's let's see if Dplus can recover, Atlas. Let's see, because right now it is looking very much like Bro are just in complete control, and they're so decisive. And Paulo has often been a player in round 3 and 4, 3s and 4s here,
yes,
where we're a little bit concerned about some of his engages, but not this one, man. Barrel's still yet to get that 500th kill as he's taken out in lane again.
And now, I mean, there are some flashes invested, right? Hype now has his on cooldown, so if there is going to be a Vi in the area, then maybe something could happen here, as aiming, clearing out this wave quite nicely. But still, looking down at the bottom of your screen, gold leads everywhere here for the Bros. We haven't even had a look at that top side yet, as you can see, 40-32, as Shiu is going to be able to at least get a bunch back as this wave does crash through, but not able to get those last couple.
Yeah, that's rough. Lucid is Vi into Maokai. They haven't interacted with each other, but the impact that Croco's made already has been felt, and Lucid just hasn't hit any of these lanes. You know, he hasn't been able to stave the pressure off top side. Now they're swapping. Yeah, Morgan's just going to dash out of that leash. And he didn't get to punish Hype and Palu in the bottom lane. And you know, now he's just finishing his clear on the Krugs, and Hype is just chilling. Like, he's under his turret. There's just no angle for him.
Yeah, Morgan's level 6, so it does get softened up a little bit here by Barrel and aiming.
He hasn't backed yet.
Yeah, it does have Dominus, but it's still going to take a fair bit here, especially if aiming starts hitting a few of these Mystic shots.
Got him. Yeah, plus 21.
Yeah, now we just got to chill out a little bit. Morgan is going to go back home, and they are likely to complete the swap. But as you can see, Hype and Polo holding this wave for now.
Yeah, so even though the Renekton gets pushed out, similar situation here for Shiu, just in the different way that he can't walk up, as we're going to see a TP straight
he's actually
up here.
Teleporting straight back into the lane.
I mean, he has a Phage. He thinks he can fight this, I suppose, and he can.
Yep, Croco is going to turn up as Barrel. No flash, no chance. And Croco hasn't even done anything yet, and already Barrel is almost dead. They decide it's killing aiming that they're looking for. The flash comes down, and the flash in response from Morgan, as Lucid just wants to get himself the hell out of here. There is no good answer here by DK at all.
DK losing on both sides of the map. The Renekton engaged there. Where is... I mean, Morgan is just fine here, too. Like, I was going to say, where is Lucid?
Yeah, it's
he
just waiting to...
Morgan, and then that's the end of it.
Yep, wanted to deny a plate, and that is what's going to happen here. But, man, this game has fallen apart so quickly as Polo going a little aggressive, and he certainly can. As Showmaker dashing around, looking for an opportunity here, as Morgan going down lower and lower, as Showmaker will hold on to the Spirit Rush.
Bit of a disengage Nature's Grasp there, but it will get them out.
Yep.
And Shiu is going to get these minions finally as they crash, as we will see the back complete for Palu. And I mean, losing on both sides of the map in this lane swap situation is just, it's not a fun time. We saw kind of similar situation, but not as bad in the Hanwha series where you had the Aatrox, you know, getting pushed in by 2 players, not having the strong lane, and then the Scion kind of soaking. This is like you're winning on both sides, actually. In the 1v2, you win because your jungler's up here when you TP back in. So this happens where Morgan just takes over the game on his signature Renekton. As they decide they want to get aiming here, which is a risky choice, but it pays off. Like, Lucid does finally show up here, and they could have just gone for the free kill on the barrel, but they wanted the more value kill onto the Ezreal. And then bottom side, obviously disaster there as Xiu gets pushed out of the lane as well.
Yeah, they also get the flash out of the Ezreal and the kill, which is just even more than what they would have gotten from just killing Beryl again, who now does at least have his flash back up and available, is now looking at Croco, who is on these grubs for the minute. Polo moving over means that there's nothing that he can really do about it. Full minion stack heading towards aiming.
Hype is just so big that aiming can't really challenge him here. He's just going to have to catch this wave, and it should be free grubs over the side of Bro. And that's just tons of prio.
Ooh, nice little knock up here as well as Croco moves in. And might just be heading on down to get himself a dragon with the infinite amount of control that the Bros have at this stage of the game.
Lucid is, I mean, he's down there, he's got a control ward, but he is going to see that he is going to lose his dragon. He is certainly not going to be able to take that, no chance. Has to go back to clearing. Yep. And it's not, like, some of this is on Lucid for not matching any of these rotations. Like the mid gank you mentioned, he didn't rotate over. He didn't see it until it was too late, I think, but just has not been able to identify where Croco is and where the pressure points for Bro are, so he's always just a little bit too late to the party. As a result, he's been just hard farming and has a big lead in terms of jungle camps over his opposition. But I think the lead that Croco has generated everywhere else is way more significant.
Oh, 100%. As Hype's culling is not really going to be going the right direction, as aiming is able to punish him there momentarily. Lucid, like you say, is certainly churning out the farm numbers. It's not really going to help you too much, as True Shot Barrage to at least deny some backs immediately.
He had a relentless pursuit of getting closer to that wall there.
He certainly did. He pursued that wall, and guess what? The wall didn't get away.
Every Lucian player wants something different.
Yep.
This one just wanted to not get hit by a True Shot Barrage, and so therefore became really close with the wall. He had a pursuit of that wall real bad.
He certainly did. Well, this stack of minions is going to visit this turret as Closer Matt is having a pretty good game so far.
And I mean, now you're like, aha, I got the Karma Ezreal lane, but the damage has been done. The Lucian is ahead. And, you know, this was not naturally from the 2v2, but the way Bro played the map and the way Croco warped the map just makes this so frustrating of a situation here for Dplus. Now, it's only 1,000 gold to lead, and they have a really strong set of engaged champions here. The Lucian is not very, I mean, he has a dash, right, and he has flash, but he is a great target. If he is a, you know, no Maokai ultimate, you can even get on top of the Yone and engage on him and blow him up with this Ahri composition. So Dplus have some opportunities to get back in this game in some upcoming fights. You know, the next Drake, the next Herald. Drake take here was pretty late in this game, so second Dragon is actually quite late in the game, but Dplus will have, you know, that 2-item spike for the Ezreal later on too they can play through. But I mean, one more mistake, one more big whiff or a big overcommitment to a fight, for example, and just becomes almost impossible to play this out as Dplus.
Yeah, could be a very difficult one. As in goes Lucid, and out goes Closer. So the snap back to the soul going to be pretty comfortable here. And depending on how like these next couple of fights go, I think we will get a pretty clear indicator as to whether or not DK can actually find a way back in, because it's going to be an uphill battle. And Morgan will get slowed down, so not going to be sinking his teeth into aiming and barrel just yet.
And, you know, I just don't think you want to fight right now while Lucian is at his strongest in this game. Man, if you're a Xiu, you're like, I really just don't want to lane into him, but this is just the situation I'm in. His aiming's not really able to generate that much on the other side. His Hype should be able to plate here. Morgan's just playing it so well, and he's so big in this game that it's hard for aiming to actually chunk him out. And there's no engage. Like, it's a Karma like, haha, Mantra Q at you. And Morgan's like, hey, I'm chilling.
No, it has to be either Showmaker finding a cheeky charm after an ult or something like that, Xiu getting a good flank angle. The problem is that there's no easy, comfortable way of starting a fight. And on the other side, like, the Bros have everything. You can land an anchor, you can just press R on Maokai, and everything is just fine. As Closer is underneath the turret, just happily laying waste to Showmaker.
I hate Yone. He just does that, man.
He does. And Malignant was just completed. Showmaker does hit that first item spike as Morgan throws down the ulti just to clear out the wave and will successfully be able to do so, but still Aiming getting a fair bit of damage. Forward! The barrier is going to be there for Aiming, but he has to flash to get out of the way of this angry, angry Crocodile, who now I think knows that he's dead and will just look to clear out the wave. He will successfully do that. Aiming, be careful. You are not the one that's allowed to face check it. And still, he will be able to get the first kill back for DK. But on the other side, it's Xiu making a desperate attempt. Great hook is going to come through here as Xiu gets a big old shield. And Showmaker is turning up. Polu is going to get taken down. And the Ahri is able to dash away to safety as well. I mean, it's triage, but it's kind of working here for DK.
It's definitely 2 big wins here for DK. Aiming is also going to be able to shove this wave in. Morgan will be able to TP to the top side, but it means his TP is going to be down. Dragon spawns in 1 minute here. Xiu still able to defend this turret for now.
Yeah, he's trying to, but this turret is going to go down very, very soon. The charm comes through. It's going to connect onto Closer, and Xiu is so huge. There's that Ambassador God that we've been looking for as Hype gets the barrier. But Xiu, I mean, he gets a shield from every skill press. This is a much more broken champion than yours. Down he will go, and DK actually hit a kill lead in this game.
Strike back in this game in a big way, and they're looking for even more here on the push, trying to grab a plate. Down here on the bottom side, Closer very low.
Yeah, well, there's a cease and desist. I don't know about this one, as Closer is not dead. Does have to go back to his soul, but there was only a barrel there as Morgan had TP'd in.
They could have played that so many different ways. Like Closer's...
Oh, True Shot Barrage! Closer is going to survive.
Yeah, he didn't.
Never mind.
He didn't sidestep because he knew it wasn't enough damage.
Yeah, obviously. Calculated. TI.
But like, the unbind of the soul from Closer there was so far away from the turret, they could have played that any number of ways, and they just...
I mean, I think he used it after Lucid had already pressed off.
That's true.
Lucid was going there whether he wanted to or not.
Going back to this play here from Xiu, though, on the defense, is the sidestep is good on the ultimate there from Showmaker. And then he just dashes through this. The ult there from the Maokai is really not doing anything. And the route onto Hype is massive, and he's just got dashes for days.
Yep.
And there's no flash on that Lucian anymore.
Do we have to see this one again?
Closer, let's see when the unbind. Okay, so he does unbind here when the ult comes through. So I take that one back. Yeah, that was just...
Oh, and Showmaker mistimes the charm! Oh, no. That's all right.
Bigger issue.
That's probably the bigger point. We didn't actually see him on screen. It was just Beryl that we could really see when he did rebind.
Yeah, a little bit rough on that one. I was blaming the wrong issue there. Xiu now relevant in this game after just sitting under a turret for about 15 minutes.
Yep.
Not going to stop Bro from getting this second dragon here. See what kind of dragon we get with the Chemtech and Hextech teched up here on Double Dragon.
Yeah, we really are. A Mountain, I feel, would be really rough, and a Cloud would be the best.
Cloud is pretty sick for both teams.
Yep.
Dplus are looking for a Herald take here after the dragon goes over. And there's just not really a great contest set up here for Bro. I think there's somebody going to give this one up.
Yeah, that's just going to be a trade of Drake for Herald. Aiming and Beryl here in this mid lane. And this Karma's value has really just fallen off a cliff in this game. Does have McHale's, can help to keep Aiming safe. But it's just, it was supposed to win lane, and it didn't do it.
Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot of laning that happened after he died against the enemies, as we just kind of laned against top laners in the lane swap, but he's not able to do a whole lot. And so the engage for Xiu, Showmaker's charms, Lucid's engage timings, which have been a little bit suspect in this series thus far, are going to have to be really good if Dplus are going to get back into this one, because they had a bunch of really small wins, but nothing that really was able to get them back. Barrier!
The tempo barrier!
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize this. I see people say all the time, if you have a shield, it does not interrupt your recall, so
yep.
Clean.
Oh, shoot. There is a Vi that is potentially here to stop Morgan from having a good time, but Croco's going to find him on his... Okay, just drive by. It's fine. Sometimes you just want to arcane smash.
That was pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It was sort of swift, you know? It's like, nope, don't want to fight. And I will decide that that is how it's going to go. As Aiming, he wants to be here for the local gold. We'll be able to collect that one as Shelly gets a charge. And Aiming is just going to drive her away. All right, can we actually do anything else? The answer is no.
They could have gotten maybe a charge on the top turret where they have a lot of members up here. Closer going for the 1v1.
Ulti onto Beryl, and Beryl is just dead, guys. I don't know what he was thinking.
Well, he had Showmaker and Lucid nearby, but they were not that nearby, Beryl. They were not really quite with you there. They were almost with you, but they're with you in spirit.
No, he's the spirit, not them.
Yeah, at the moment, that's definitely the case. Their spirits are saying hi to his spirit right now.
Yeah. Little subpar. We're going to put that one in the cons column.
This is what I was talking about with this Karma pick. If you do get caught out for any reason, you will die to this comp. Like, you will die to Lucian, you will die to Yone, you will probably die to Renekton in most cases as well. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer.
If anyone, catches you, you are just going to die. The problem is the Closer has so much mobility as well, so you just can't really get yourself out of the way. As Showmaker, pretty good job avoiding the unbound damage there from Closer, but he was nowhere near the wave as a result of it.
This game is really, really close at the moment because of the big Ambessa and all of the ways that, again, Dplus could just explosively win a team fight. But I just haven't seen enough evidence of, outside of some cool outplays and some errors from Bro, Dplus being able to group up for a fight and actually just work together.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing about Dplus. You know they can do it. You know they did it in LCK Cup. You know they did it in Kespa Cup before that, where Bro, their nemesis, actually defeated them in the finals, but...
Oh, Showmaker does have to use his ulti as Lucid comes over, doesn't press R. Could have spelt his demise. Croco coming up.
Okay, now maybe... I mean, Croco has ult. They really want to make something on this top side play. It's just not working. Morgan's trying to make something bottom side.
Yeah, and Closer finds the ulti, but the flash out there from Showmaker does mean that it doesn't quite work out. The dominus is there for Morgan, but Shiu just walks it off. I was thinking about trying to join the fight on the top side of the map, but not actually going to elect to go over there as Lucid pokes his head in to see whether there is anyone overstepping. The answer was no.
Almost an overstep there from Hype, but he does not. And they got that mid turret. That's really big. That opens up so many different engage angles for Shiu and Lucid in this game. And that Herald charge, yeah, they didn't get the second one. Aiming didn't drive very well, but that the crucial big mid turret does go down. 45 seconds until Bro can contest, though, for Soul Point here.
Yeah.
And Dplus are nowhere near this objective. They don't have any vision, so they have to kind of slow play this, and Hype is going to clear this mid wave first. This is where things get really rocky, because if you have all the tools, Dplus, right? You have your 2-item spike on Ezreal at 20 minutes here. This is your moment. Like, this is how you get back in this game. If you botch this, though, I think Bro might walk away with a 2-0.
Yeah, and I mean, losing a fight here around the Drake means that you probably also lose the Otacon.
Exactly.
As that is going to get scoped out here as Hype finds the culling towards Beryl. And Beryl is just going to have to go back to base if he wants to be useful at all.
I mean, Shiu is proxying waves right now. It looks like they just have no intention of fighting for this dragon at all. Like, look at this Ambessa on the top side.
I mean, he does have teleport available, so he can TP in whenever he would like, as they have control vision also on the back of this pit. Let's see whether Lucid decides that he wants to start something here, as the Anchor is just going to get a Vault Breaker. Teleport to come forward from Morgan, though, as he's making his way down. The Nature's Grasp does come in, as aiming does get cleansed, but... Oh, Closer gonna get caught there by the cease and desist, as Shiu now, deep in this backline, finds the ulti to get himself right in amongst it, but I don't know whether that's where he wants to be, and he will go down. Meanwhile, the health bars are getting so low. Showmaker looks for Closer as he comes back, but then he's in melee range with a Yone and gets wiped out. DK, that was not the team fight we were looking for, as now Lucid running for the hills, and the Bros just wanting to clean it up. They get themselves the Soul Point, and they'll let Beryl and Lucid live for now, because they're happy with the team fight win.
It's another Dplus fight that's just so broken up, Atlas, and it's so slow. You mentioned that Shiu has TP. They used to TP so much faster if they want to fight that. And then the Nature's Grasp is just, Bro just being like, well, I guess, like, you guys are you contesting? I guess you're not. I guess we just get this. And then they turn it into their own engage because Dplus are still just kind of hanging out. Morgan gets the stun onto aiming. Beryl has to flash heal plus ult E to get out. So he has no tools, he has no utility more than Shiu engages after the fight's over. It's over, bro. It's done. You ain't getting anything in this.
I mean, he had to press R because otherwise he'd be hit by a hook, right?
And then Showmaker is I don't have an issue with him going in there, but the fact that he waited so long to show up and then went in there, I'm like, why not moments before? And then Showmaker just gets turned on. It's not Showmaker's fault either. Again, he's on the flank there, but everything is just so split up because the left side of the fight went so poorly. Shiu goes in late because he has to, like you say, and then Showmaker is like, oh, there's a Nautilus here. I can't quite close the gap. And Closer snaps back and then turns onto him. Shiu gets a turret at least, but that's Otacon, that's Soul Point. Bro with the 3,000 gold lead, and this is just not a convincing showing again for Dplus with this comp.
Yep, just didn't quite work out here for DK, and unfortunately, the woes are just continuing, right? If this happens in the play-ins, and it's just a disaster, because it feels like a mental collapse here for DK.
That's exactly what it feels like, yeah. We know this team is capable of more, and showed it so much this year, and it starts to feel like Dplus just know that they might lose to Bro again. You know, I might lose to BNK. I really don't want to. Like, we got to actually prove that we're the best in this group, that we actually deserve Legend, and they keep failing to do so.
Ooh, aiming. Not going to get tagged by the Ardent Blaze. The Polo looking for a target. Doesn't find Lucid.
I want 6 games, Atlas. I'm biased right now. I just don't think I'm going to get it.
Nope. I think that this game is over, personally.
I think so, too.
It's 3.3k the lead for the Bros. They have themselves the Otacon and Soul Point. Like, everything is going their way.
That was, I think, the real last best chance Dplus was going to get, and they just completely whiffed it.
And we could go for, like, a Caster Curse angle.
I'm trying really hard. I'm trying really hard.
It's not really looking good. Anyway.
It's a Croco Palm angle, by the way.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like, I'm just... Before anyone starts going, well, justice for support... No, I mean, he had some good engagements on Rel. Like, his Nautilus has been pretty clean in this game, but...
No, not the main character. Croco's early gank, honestly, really took DK through a loop. Because this whole composition, it was designed to win early, and they did the opposite of that. And now you've got Beryl on a champion that he'd prefer not to be on, as Shiu actually playing this one out relatively well. But Closer does just use the Unbound Soul button. Teleport to come in here as Showmaker. I don't know whether this is where he wants to be, but he's got the Spirit Rush. Will get knocked up as Beryl is at least able to soak the culling, but aiming was just in amongst 4 people. He didn't really want to be there, as there's the public execution. Shiu able to keep himself alive, but unfortunately Showmaker is just dead. And I think the Bro wallets are looking so good. They are okay, they are saving, and the bank of Bro is just winning, looking to grab themselves this Baron as well.
And man, there's been a lot of credit given to Duke for some of the change-ups in drafts we've been seeing for Bro. Fan there as well, giving him a shout-out. But this is a different identity, I think, and it is really working out. I mean, look at how this all starts out down here, and this is what looks like, oh man, she was doing okay, but it's still a Yone that's further ahead of you than in gold. And this TP from Showmaker with Lucid and Beryl coming up. Like, Croco has CC, and he's not afraid to use it on a target that's going to come in on a TP. Aiming also gets hit by the ultimate as well from the Nautilus awkwardly, but he was going to be dead no matter what, I think, in this scenario. But then going in here, sure, Shiu gets 1 kill on the support, but you're just kind of lemmings running into Bro at this point. And I think Dplus just know this game is likely over. They got to go for a Hail Mary, and it does not work.
와, 이 점 봐라, 이거.
Yeah, pretty happy with how his teammates are doing in this one, as he is now just dancing around this mid lane. They've got the Baron as well as everything else. It's now an 8,000 gold lead.
Who else was Bro Predators? Was it? Oh, we have a pause. We got time to talk about it. I think it was me, Digon, probably some on the KR side. I think it was just me and Digon for this series.
I think so, yeah.
Sorry, on the global side.
I almost did it. And unfortunately, as soon as the Bros lost to DNF this week, was it Bros losing to DNF? I think that was, they did lose their series, I'm pretty sure.
Bro did lose to...
Yeah, they lost to DNF. And as soon as they lost to DNF, I was like, well, I guess it's doomed for the prediction against DK.
Also a Bro Predator.
Yep. It was smart. I think it's very smart if you also predicted DNF to beat them.
Yeah,
but no one did that.
No, I think Digon might have actually done that.
No, he didn't.
He didn't? Okay. No, he didn't. He double broed. I think Closer popped off too hard and pulled his headset cable out. That's what happened.
Well, that's if there's any time to do it, honestly, he probably didn't even need his headset cable after this, as we got 1,800 gold on the Red Bull Baron power play. Still 2 minutes left for that one. This inner turret, no answer from DK. Showmaker, I believe, managed to get a turret there towards that top side, as he has managed to at least push out that wave. So it's not going to be 3 inhibs off this one.
No, not going to be. But it certainly could be 2, Atlas.
Yeah.
Maybe a Nexus.
Nature's Grasp does come down. Lucid looks for a little bit of an angle, but Closer's already snapped back. The Bros pushing up. They've got double siege minions. This tower is not long for the world, as Showmaker now having to use his ulti to get himself back to the fountain. Doesn't find too much value there, and there's also an inhibitor falling in the mid lane at the same time. Morgan getting to work up there as well. And the Bros now with, I mean, there's what, 3 cannons making their way in.
Yeah.
DK's still with everyone alive.
They have to survive for a minute. I just don't know if they can. So many tools down here for Bro, though. They should be careful about overextending. Ooh, nice angle.
Yep, Hook is going to connect. There's Polu dives forward. There's the ult out of Closer as well, and instantly Lucid and Aiming are on the floor. And it's just a blender for the Bros. Barrels on the Karma. He's in the fountain, just watching as his Nexus gets wiped out. And the Bros with a swift 2-0 to make it a 5-gamer on the day.
Bro said not a chance. It goes 3. Barrel looking almost visibly shaken.